ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீ பகவத் கீதா 10th chapter, Vibhuti Vistara Yogam. Bhagavan is explaining to Arjuna in detail about his greatness. He started off in this chapter saying that though he cannot explain his opulence and his glories fully, he will give brief hint about all of that, so that Arjuna develops more devotion and becomes more attached to Bhagavan. As this is part of Bhakti Yoga, Bhagavan is trying to nurture that devotion in Arjuna. This Bhagavad Gita has a beautiful commentary from Emberumanar Bhagavad Ramanuja named Gita Bhashyam. Vedanta Acharya has given Tatparya Chandrikai, another Samskrita commentary. Puttur Sri U.A. Krishnaswamy Iyengar has given detailed Tamil commentary based on these two existing commentaries. We have translated the simple word by word meanings of the shlokams, and with the help of that translation we are going through the brief meanings of these shlokams. In this 10th chapter we have seen up to the 35th shlokam. Now we have to see 36th shlokam. Dyutam chalayatam asmi tejas tejasvinam aham jayosmi vyavasayosmi sattvam sattvatam aham. We have seen that Bhagavan is highlighting special aspects in every category, in various categories. In some cases he is explaining about his being the Antaryami. In other cases he is talking about a particular potency or strength which he has given to a particular entity. In various different ways he is explaining his greatness. Let us see the shlokam's meaning. Chalayatam. Among the abodes of the cheating attitude of those who cheat, Dyutam asmi, I am gambling. Tejasvinam, of the lustrous people, Teja aham, I am the luster. Jaya asmi, I am the victory of the victorious. Vyavasaya asmi, I am the faith of the faithful. Sattvavatam, of the magnanimous people, Sattvam aham, I am the magnanimous heart. So in this shlokam, Bhagavan is highlighting some aspects. He starts with Dyutam, gambling. This gambling is highlighted by Bhagavan because though there are so many different ways of cheating, this gambling is considered as legal in some cases. For example, Kshatriyas can gamble, and also unlike other cheating and mischievous acts such as robbing or killing or forcefully taking away somebody's wealth, in this gambling it is seen that both the parties agree to whatever they are going to gamble upon. So it is not done without the knowledge. Though it is kind of cheating, it is still considered as more agreed upon and more disciplined way of cheating. Hence Bhagavan says that he is gambling amongst the ways of cheating. He is just highlighting that in any field, in any aspect, the best is because of his presence. Next he talks about the lustrous elements, and he is the luster for the lustrous people. And then he is also talking about being the victory of the victorious, being the faith of the faithful, and being the magnanimous heart of the magnanimous people. So in this manner he is explaining that He is the best among various aspects here. Next, 37th shlokam. Vrishninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjayah Muninam Apyaham Vyasaha Kavinam Ushana Kavihi. Vrishninam, among the Yadavas who are part of the Vrishni clan. Vasudeva Asmi, I am Vasudeva, son of Vasudeva. Vasudeva means son of Vasudeva here. Pandavanam, among Pandavas. Dhananjaya, I am Arjuna. Arjuna's name is Dhananjaya. Muninam api, among the Munis, those who meditate. Aham Vyasaha, I am Vyasa. Kavinam, among the Kavis, revolutionary thinkers and poets. Ushana Kavihi, I am Shukracharya. In this shlokam, first Krishna is saying that he is Vasudeva amongst the descendants of Vrishni clan. Vasudeva here directly indicates Krishna himself. Though Vasudeva has many sons like Balarama, Krishna and others, Krishna is specifically considered to be great and unique. Hence, it identifies Krishna here. And Pandavanam Dhananjaya, he says he is Arjuna amongst Pandavas. Pandavas also, every one of them is equally great. Yet, Arjuna is still glorified as Dhananjaya, Gudakesha, and so on. And also he is most dear to Krishna. Hence, he is considered as special. Hence, Bhagavan says that he is Arjuna among the Pandavas. Among the Munis, he says he is Vyasa. Vyasa Muni is the one who magnanimously and with great compassion composed all the Puranas. He also divided the Vedas into 4. He wrote Brahma Sutram. In this manner, he has done a lot of favors for the humanity. Here, Muni is one who meditates. Already, Rishi is explained. He said Narada among Devarishi and so on. So, here Muni is a different category. Rishis are more focused on penance, while Munis are focused on Dhyanam. So here Krishna is saying that he is Vyasa among the Munis. And among Kavis, he is saying he is Shukracharya, Ushana. Shukracharya is supposed to be a great poet. Hence, Bhagavan is highlighting himself as Shukracharya. 38th shlokam. Dando dhamayatam asmi nitirasmi jigishatam maunam chaivasmi guhyanam jnanam jnanavatam aham. Damayatam, of those who punish, those who cross the limits. Dandaha asmi, I am the punishment. Jigishatam, those who desire to be victorious. Niti asmi, I am the polity which helps their victory. It's the intelligence which helps one remain victorious. Guhyanam cha, among secrets. Maunameva asmi, I am silence. Jnanavatam, of the wise. Jnanam, wisdom. Aham, I am. So here he is saying that he is the punishment of those who punish. So the kings, the judges, they all punish those who do mistakes. And he is the punishment, he declares. And those who desire to be victorious, Niti asmi, I am the polity, I am the intelligence which helps their victory. Among secrets, he says he is silence, because when one is silent, no one will know what is going on in their mind. Hence, Bhagavan says that Maunam is the best way to keep a secret. And of the wise, Jnanavatam, he says he is Jnanam, he is the wisdom. Next, 39th shlokam. Yachapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna. Na tadasti vina yat syan Maya bhutam characharam. Arjuna, O Arjuna, sarvabhutanam, in all things, all creatures, yat bijam, whatever that remains the upadana karanam, the material cause, like the seed for a plant, tat api cha aham, that is myself, I am that seed. Characharam bhutam, in all movable and immovable objects. Chara is movable and acharam is immovable. Maya vina, separated from me, who is the Antaryami, yatu syat, if you try to locate an object like that, tat na asti, there is no such object. So here Krishna is saying, in all the things, whatever that remains the upadana karanam, the material cause, he is that. We can see that for a seed, for a plant, seed is the material cause. From the seed, it grew into a plant. For the pot, mud or soil is the material cause. So he is saying that he is the material cause for everything. And if we try to locate an object which is separated from Bhagavan, who is present as Antaryami in everything, in all of the movable and immovable objects, he says there is no such object. So he says everything exists because of him. There is nothing which exists without him. 40th shlokam. Nantosti mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa. Yeshadu uddeshataha prokto vibhuter vistaro maya. Parantapa, O one who torments your enemies. Mama, my. Divyanam, auspicious. Vibhutinam, whatever wealth and glories. Anta, end. Na asti, not present. Esha, whatever I have explained so far. Vibhutehe vistara tu, the elaboration of these glories. Maya, by me. Uddeshata proktaha, have been summarized to reveal the greatness of the same. So Krishna is saying in this shlokam to Arjuna, calling him as Parantapa, one who torments the enemies. He says there is no end for my auspicious wealth and glories. Whatever I have explained so far about the elaboration of these glories have only been summarized by me to reveal the greatness of the same. I only summarized it to you. There is so much, I cannot speak forever. We have very limited time, we have to get on with the battle. So we cannot speak forever. But my glories are so huge and I have summarized so that you understand the greatness to some extent. 41st shlokam. Yajyat vibhutimat sattvam srimad urjitam evava. Tat tadeva gachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. Yadyat sattvam, whichever creature, vibhutimat, having glories which are controlled by it, Shrimat, having radiance, urjitam evava, fixed on starting on auspicious activities, tatu tat, those creatures, tvam, you, mama, my, that is me who has unlimited abilities, tejo amsha sambhavam eva avagacha, know that it is a fraction of my controlling ability. So Krishna is saying here, whichever creature is having glories which are controlled by it, which is having radiance and which is fixed on starting auspicious activities, you know that those creatures acquired such greatness from a fraction of my controlling ability. So any creature, any entity we can see here in this world, any entity which is having some ability to control others, some ability to start on auspicious activities, any entity which is having radiance, all of that is acquired from a fraction of Bhagavan's ability. Final shlokam of the chapter. In this shlokam he completes the chapter by saying that everything is sustained by a very small fraction of my ability in this world. Athava bahunaitena kim jnanena tavarjuna Vishtabhyaham idam kritsnam ekamshena stito jagat. Arjuna, O Arjuna, athava, but bahuna etena jnanena, of this knowledge which is explained in many different ways. Tava kim, what is the use for you? Aham, I, idam kritsnam jagat, all this world fully, ekamshena, with a fraction of my ability, Vishtabhya stitha, sustaining. So Krishna is saying, O Arjuna, but what is the use of this knowledge which is explained in many different ways for you? I am sustaining all this world with a fraction of my ability. Now we may wonder why Krishna, after explaining, is asking Arjuna, what is the use of this knowledge? This is because this knowledge cannot be fully comprehended by Arjuna in any way. Because even though Bhagavan can explain it, it is not fully comprehensible for Arjuna, because it is so huge. And for Bhagavan, it is so huge that even he cannot himself explain it, because we have already seen that Bhagavan's greatness is infinite, so that even he cannot explain it fully. So when it is not fully explainable, no matter how much time Bhagavan explains this, Arjuna is not going to comprehend it fully. He can only get a glimpse of it. So Bhagavan is saying, what is the use of explaining in so detailed, so elaborate manner? Anyway, you are going to only understand so much. And finally he concludes saying that all of these which you see, this whole world, is sustained by a fraction of my ability. Just a fraction of my ability is sufficient to support all of this. So that ends the 10th chapter of Sri Bhagavad Gita. With this we will stop and we will continue on in the next session. Alvar Emberimanar Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.